Mobility drills. Perform the following 3 moves as a circuit, completing one set of 10 reps of each exercise before moving on to the next move. Rest is needed. Alternate feet on single-legged movements. Do 2 circuits for a total of 6 sets. Single stiff leg deadlift. Stand with your feet hip distance apart, arms at your sides. Shift your weight onto your left foot and lift your right foot a few inches off the floor. Keeping your back in its natural arch and your right leg and hip extended and the toes of your right foot pointed at the floor, hinge forward on your left hip, slightly bending at the knee. Extend your arms in front of you, elbows straight, palms facing one another. Continue hinging forward until you form a straight line parallel to the floor, or as close as you can get without rounding your back or rolling to one side. Slowly return to the starting position, maintaining your balance throughout the movement. Overhead squat. Stand with feet at shoulder width, toes pointed slightly out, and take a shoulder width and a half grip on a broomstick, dowel, or light barbell. Press the dowel fully overhead, lifting and opening your chest as much as possible. Keeping the bar directly overhead, your feet flat, and your lower back in its natural arch, squat until your hips are slightly lower than your knees. With your knees tracking over your feet, return to the starting position and repeat for repetitions. Forward lunge with overhead reach. From a standing position, take a long step forward with your left foot. Keeping both feet pointed forward, drop into a lunge position, bending your left knee about 90 degrees and lowering your right knee till it's almost touching the floor. From this position, squeeze your glutes together. Maintaining this position in the lower body, look upward, place your palms together, and reach both arms overhead with your elbows straight, allowing your chest to open and the upper back to arch backward slightly. Slowly lower your arms and step your right foot forward and even with your left. Strength moves. Unlike the mobility drills, you won't complete the strength moves as a circuit. Complete all sets of each exercise before moving on to the next. Rest 60 seconds between sets. Hip thrust. Sit on the floor with your back leaning against the long side of a padded weight bench, feet parallel, shoulder width, and flat on the floor in front of you. Keeping your knees aligned over your heels, lift your hips off the floor, finishing with them a few inches higher than your knees. Pause at the top. Slowly lower your hips, stopping when your glutes are a few inches off the floor. Repeat for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Speed skater squat. Stand upright and shift your weight onto your left foot, bending your right knee 90 degrees so your foot is behind you and off the floor. Keeping your left knee tracking over your standing foot, bend your left knee, hip, and ankle, slowly lowering your right knee and your entire body weight toward the floor. When you've lowered yourself as far as you can, reverse the movement and return to the starting position. Finish all the repetitions on your left leg before shifting sides. Complete 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps on each leg. Weighted single stiff leg deadlift. Perform this lift as described in the mobility circuit, but this time holding 2 dumbbells or 2 kettlebells in your hands. Stand with your feet hip distance apart, arms at your sides. Shift your weight onto your left foot and lift your right foot a few inches off the floor. Keeping your back in its natural arch, your right leg and hip extended, and the toes of your right foot pointed at the floor, hinge forward on your left hip, slightly bending at the left knee. Instead of extending your arms overhead, allow them to extend downward as you perform this movement. Complete 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps on each leg.